Good morning. It's about 7:15 in the morning. Brad and I are heading up to Wewak on an hour and 15-minute flight. I think 740 kgs in all. This is the first flight I'm taking you guys where Brad is actually flying, I think. No, second flight. We're gonna work on ridge crossings, getting out of this valley, even though it looks like it's gonna be fine, but that's what we're working on specifically in our lessons. So that's what we're gonna do on our way up to Wewak, dropping off all the cargo and coming back empty. So let's go ahead and finish up with the morning routine and get out of here. How much fuel did we have?
880.
How much weight can we take?
757.
Okay, great. Raining, low gray clouds, but looks like it's trying to break up. I can see the top of the mountain, ocean, and runway from the base. So it looks like the storm has actually passed through earlier today around 6 in the morning and it's clearing out now. By the time we get done and out of here, it's probably gonna be another 20-25 minutes. And then it's an hour and 15 minutes, so by the time we get up there, it's gonna be probably 2 hours from here. It's gonna be probably clear just fine up there. They do have some approaches, but I really don't think that we're gonna have to do anything with that. So we've got 10 ropes on right now. We've got about 280 kgs on this side right here. So we need a rope for every 50 kgs because that's basically what this track right here is able to handle. So we've got good here, we've got 77 kgs on our hat rack. We just did our weight and balance again and it's still good. It's still almost right in the middle.
Bravo Tower, November Tango Zulu, ready for taxi, Wewak.
November Tango Zulu, Bravo Tower, morning, taxi, runway 17 left and the backtrack line up. Wind light and variable, QNH 1019, temperature 20.
1019er, taxi, enter backtrack and line up, runway 17 left, November Tango Zulu. 12,000 on the way, right?
Yeah. And we'll just climb up to probably like we did in the simulator the other day going through the Osaloka. We'll just probably go through there around 8,500 and then just continue on our climb just so that we're kind of at a lower level going through there. Although I think it's going to be clear, but just so you can see the gap. So maybe when we're coming back, we'll go through it the other way. And by then, hopefully the clouds will have packed in there really good so that we get a better experience. It looks like there might be some clouds up there, so it actually might work as, maybe a ridge crossing, but it doesn't look like there's that many up there, but we'll see.
Performance and abort check will be at our taxiway. If we don't have 50 knots by that point, we'll abort the takeoff, we'll reverse, max braking flaps up, and if we're not stopped by the end, off, pull off, turn off, V2 and master. If we lose power after takeoff, we're gonna pitch for 85 at 10 DPL, no restart. Normal, idle feather cutoff, pull off, turn off, and then laps and master before touchdown. At Croker Tower, November Tango Zulu, ready for departure, 17 left.
Or 35.
November Tango Zulu, 17 left, make right turn, clear for takeoff.
Right turn clear for takeoff, copy traffic, November Tango Zulu. At 1330 for 1380, rotating 60. List is complete, maps 20, fuel, harness is locked. Instruments are green, your speed is alive.
This is where you look at that and you go, oh, I'm not at 720, so.
63. Full, aren't we?
Yes, we are. You can feel it too, huh?
Yeah.
And it's already 25 degrees out. So even, we don't really feel density altitude very often, but a few times that I have, I'm like, whoa, this just doesn't feel right.
I just
You're usually doing it like, it's not usually 25 degrees out this time. Once you've got taken off, then you can bring up, like if it's just when you're checking your airspeed, if it's over, because we were already at like 737 when our airspeed came up. So that's just a quick check, and then after takeoff, then you're gonna wanna just quickly readjust up to 740 until you start getting your flaps out, and then it'll drop back down anyways.
Okay.
So like I said, we're only gonna go up to 8,500, so I'll turn this down for you just for reference.
just be looking like, okay, where are the clouds right now? How is the best way to get through them without making 30-degree banks? And a lot of times, even before I take off, what I'll do is I'll look over here and go, okay, plan my climb out of here and go, oh, I'll go over there, probably around that cloud and then up.
Okay.
There it is, right over there, that little glimmer you see through there with the blue, where the hill kind of comes down, that's the Oscillocus. So we'll head right over to the edge of that, kind of simulate, because there's really not that many clouds. We'll simulate going along the edge of it, and then peel around. You can see how it kind of is last minute, and you'll turn to the right.
I'm going to come around this right, to the right of this cloud.
Oh, you don't have to.
November Tango Zulu, departing time 4-1, on track 320, climbing 1-2000. Estimating estimating Mayui 22 next hour.
We might have to stay closer at this altitude because I don't know.
November Tango Zulu 12000, contact Mosby 120.1, 876598 or 38 at 15 miles.
6598 120.1 for Moresby, 15 miles from November Tango Zulu.
Don't need to be like tracking over top of the trees per se, but
contact Mosby
just to give you the 45-degree bank that you want to be able to get out of there.
15 miles.
You can't really quite see up over it, so climb up a little bit so you can see. We're going to go through that right there, though.
Over on the right.
It's the lowest spot, yep. And just look at your wind, see what they're doing. Yep, I'm seeing gobs and gobs of land on the other side of it, and it's increasing as we're getting closer, so we know that we can go over top of it safely, and we know that it's clear on the other side. Those are just some things that you're going to want to be asking yourself every time you go across the gap. We are 100% going to be able to make it and be able to maneuver as we need to on the other side before we're ever going to commit ourselves to be going across any type of gap.
But I need to be hugging them.
When it's like this, I don't really care. If it was like really bad weather, then I'd be hugging along these mountains over here.
You'd have been hugging the right.
I'd be hugging these mountains so that I could just, so I could see for sure, and that way I could just do a 45-degree bank to the left to get out here safely, or I could continue on really easily.
Okay,
all right.
Continue climbing to 1.
Let's go ahead and continue climbing. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Brahman out of here for you, just so that it will give you a better indication of where we actually want to go. Oh, you can see that this hill right here in front of us has quite a few more clouds on it. We'll come back in the same way, but these clouds are all going to probably be up to like 10,000 or 11,000 by the time we get back.
Okay.
But just note how the hill, the terrain goes out right here. That's exactly where the clouds are going to come. So as you come back from WEWAC, you're not going to be able to see in this gap until you come to this.
Okay.
So you're going to be coming back and you're like, it's impassable. It's just a wall of clouds. But you have to remember, I have to go all the way here before I can start freaking out. Okay.
And we're out of their airspace now, so now we can go ahead and contact.
Yeah.
On 120.1. Moresby 120.1, November Tango Zulu.
Why don't you just go to that then? If he doesn't get you back within like 5 seconds, I'll just keep going for the next one because you'll just waste your time just sitting there waiting for them if they don't hear you.
Moresby 65908, November Tango Zulu.
Tango Zulu, Moresby, go ahead.
Yeah, November Tango Zulu is just through the Oscillocus Gap at 9,900, climbing 1-2000, on track 320, estimating Mayui 22 next hour.
Tango Zulu, Roger, on climb 1-2000, estimate Mayui 22. Mayui, up to check all on 126.7, no contact with any frequency.
At Mayui, call 126.7 for November Tango Zulu.
Yes, I contacted him, asked him if he could call him and get back with us. It looks like there still might be rain up here I really want him to get back with me so that we can get a better idea, a better picture of what we're looking at, what do we need to do. All right.
Sounds breaking up, stopped raining, visibility in all directions.
Okay, so acknowledge that. So in that case, here's what we're looking at just for the viewers. We've got a big rain cloud storm right in front of us, and it's been having lightning for the past like 20 minutes.
Activity on Mana.
In WEWAC, it says it's clearing up, stopped raining, and he's got visibility in all directions. But we've had quite a bit of lightning strikes all around. So our plan is, I think, to head off this way and then try to find a VFR route coming in rather than going through the heavier stuff on the approach that's going to take us basically directly through the worst part of it, and that's where the most lightning strikes are. We don't really want to go through that. So here's something that we really need to do is we've got our minimum safe at 25 miles down to 10. So let's change our minimum safe to what it should be.
You're talking about right here?
That's right, and then we're going to go like this so that we don't accidentally be not paying attention and we just blow right through that. You got your VRF and everything set in. This is the time, especially if you're going to have to be IMC, get as much stuff done as you can now.
Go ahead and just put in those clouds showed up a little sooner than I
Charlie
expected.
Eagle, Osby, many thanks.
All right, so let's go back to here because this is more important to be able to see what we're actually wanting to see.
I left the taxi pulse light off so we can use the radars at.
Yeah, go ahead and just leave that off.
Yep, I put the landing light back on. It is looking like we're going to be going through the bottom layer of this.
So where are we going to be ending up at our 5,400 feet? Not really bringing it up anywhere. Oh, we're here. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, so the sooner that we can get down there, the better, so that we can kind of reevaluate what do we want to do, where do we need to go, and we even stay VFR, because I think as we get down, I think a lot of these clouds are going to be higher. So look over here, see how the cloud is it's just a lot more in this area. We potentially might have a layer in between all that built up stuff, where all that rain is, but we also are looking out here on our screen and going, okay, well, it's not showing any moisture there, and then see if we're seeing the same things with the clouds that our radar is telling us. So now that we're kind of leveling off, we can start bringing this, well, not quite level off, but all right, look at these clouds here. It looks like we've got quite a bit of visibility going out that way, right? Yeah. And it's pretty dark over here, which is what the radar is showing here as well. We're heading on a pretty good track where we are right now. So let's just continue on with this track. And then I'm guessing we might have to try to figure out a way to get in VFR, marginal VFR, or what we do is we stay at our 3,100 feet, fly over top of the field once we get up here. See how we're not seeing our lightning strikes like we were a minute ago? Like there was just billions of them here, and now we're not seeing them, but let's see if we see oh, look at that, there's a billion of them way out there. I don't know why it does that, but it does that more often than not. Like as soon as you get close, it's not picking them up. I'm not going to say that they're not there, but I don't know if it's just maybe not as accurate the further it gets out.
Okay.
Oh, because I have seen them where I saw the lightning strike and it will pick it up on here. Even just going into Goroka a couple weeks ago, there was some that were 2 miles from us. And I was like, oh, and it showed up right where it was.
Is it worth turning to the right to see what it looks like right over here? Because I almost feel like it might expedite our entry if we go around to the right. Then we wouldn't be going through the middle of two cells.
Yeah, we can try that. It looks like we're not really picking up much rain. Let's see. It's hard to know. I think that if we could take a look at this out here, you can continue seeing on out that way quite a ways, it looks like. This, I can't see the coastline, so we'll 100% have to shoot the approach there, as opposed to, and we're going to be going along the right of the edge of it, where if we did this other one, we would be coming out here where it's just like, kind of like scattered-ish, kind of.
Okay, so we'll just continue on straight. We've got a little extra fuel anyway.
We have extra fuel. We've got some lightning strikes.
Some showing up right in front of us now.
I would say because it's not raining, this is what I would do, is I would continue on up here, because the radar is only going to here. I don't know what's from here to here.
That's what I mean, yeah. We'd have to turn.
I would probably rather just continue on, because we can see there's good visibility. I might not go IMC, because there is a couple lightning strikes right there. So I'd probably turn off here to the left just a little bit.
Okay. You're gonna do that now?
Yeah, and just try to stay out that way, just because it just recently had a lightning strike there, like 3 miles ahead of us, which would be like right in those clouds. And because this is the heaviest rain right here, and it just kind of hitters out over there, and it's not picking up any there, I'm guessing that once we get around all this corner, we're going to be able to get in their VFR, I think. And then when we're on the ground, probably what we'll do is we'll probably just wait it out a little bit longer, just so that we don't have to depart and then have to mess with all this, because this is the only flight, you know?
Okay.
Because there's a couple lightning strikes, I'm probably not going to go in. I wouldn't want to go into the clouds,
okay,
because that's more than likely, because it's not storming right now, right here. So I would just, yeah, keep going and then come up here and then kind of cross. And if we are IMC, what we can do now is let's just throw our procedure, select approach. We'll do B.
Should be Alpha.
No, yeah, it should be Alpha. And we'll do via Whiskey Delta, minimums.
910.
910.
November Tango Zulu, Mike Charlie Golf, your distance from Wewak?
November Tango Zulu, 24 miles to the southeast, 5,400. Currently tracking more to the west-northwest of the field. Potentially be shooting the Alpha approach. We'll advise probably in the next 5 minutes.
Mike Charlie Golf copied, and we're 40 miles at the moment.
November Tango Zulu.
What kind of aircraft is that?
Mike Charlie Golf. I think that's one of those little Dash 8s. Okay, so here's our Whiskey Delta. I'm just going to go ahead and activate the approach via Whiskey Delta, and that way we have an idea of kind of where we're wanting to go. It looks like once we're going to have like a short little thing, so we want to be here. We want to be 3,100 feet, or no lower than, I'm sorry, yeah, 5,200 feet by Whiskey Delta. We'll just stay at our 5,400 feet for now. And then we can drop on down from that point, down to 3,250 by the time we get to Whiskey India. And then
that's 6 miles.
Start dropping on down from there.
It's going to be booking it down.
Yeah, I think we'll bring it all the way up to 1,000 feet per minute, because it's just a non-precision approach. So the sooner we can get down there, the better, and then we can muck around VFR underneath once we get down in visual.
It's an RNAV though, right?
It is, but it doesn't have any type of guidance or anything like that, as far as vertical guidance, I should say.
Okay.
So we'll just stay just to the left of this bigger kind of build up here to the thing. And let's zoom this in. Oh, there's a crap ton of lightning strikes, all kind of along where we're going. Let's see what it's looking like a little bit further on out. These are the hard ones where you're like, I don't really know exactly what the best option. Because heading out that way looks crappier, but... Mike Charlie Golf, November Tango Zulu.
Yeah, Mike Charlie Golf here, go ahead.
You're coming from Madang. What does it look like over the coast down into Wewak?
Well, we can see over towards Wewak Coast, it looks very cloudy, but off we can see over the waterside with some low cloud, but yeah, we can't see too much.
All right, currently now 15 miles to the southwest, 5,400. Setting up for the Alpha approach via Whiskey Delta this time. And we'll advise beam Whiskey Delta.
Copy, Mike Charlie Golf.
All right, we'll
If WEWAC didn't work out, what would be our alternate?
We could go down to Madang, but that's an hour down. We could go to Sangorum, which is about 15 minutes back that way. I think it's just us getting over there is what the problem is right now.
No, it seems like once we get past it, it's going to be fine.
So let's just keep heading out, kind of tracking out this way, and then we'll cut across when it's not as...
Bring it back to the left a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so WEWAC is just abeam us right now. I'm seeing some blue, but I don't really see... I haven't been seeing lightning strikes over that way. WEWAC is just directly abeam us. I wish there was a way that we could turn the whole...
It would be really cool.
Thing, but we can't.
I guess potentially if we really needed to see it, we could make a left 360.
That's exactly what I was just going to say, is we could do a 360 to the left. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just flip around to the left. And that way we can point our radar, because it looks sunnier there.
A bit more build-up over here than it was earlier.
We have data out here a little bit. I'm hoping to see if I can bring up the actual radar on here as well. That's
WEWAC Mike Charlie Golf 10, 10 miles from WEWAC, and tracking for Whiskey Golf for the RNAV, and we're left 15,000.
It looks nicer out that way, doesn't it? And Mike Charlie Golf, November Tango Zulu, because of lightning strikes. We're maybe considering going to the east of the field. How does it look along the coast, or can you see yet? Looks like
it's definitely better over the coast, and we can see there's probably, I'm not sure the altitude, maybe 7,000. There's a broken layer with, we can see holes underneath down further, but we can't see any ground or water yet.
All right, looks like we'll probably follow in behind you, and we'll start heading more towards the east, just because it looks like the storm and the lightning strikes are kind of heading right where we needed to go originally. So we'll call again when we're closer to lining up for that area.
Mike Charlie, Golf copy, yeah, we're tracking direct to Whiskey Golf now, approaching overhead the field, and I'll tell you if we can see any water. But from what it looks like here, the best track might be in by, or we're going by Whiskey Golf anyway, but the best might be the sector over the water.
So, November Tango Zulu. Yeah, we're just trying to get over the mountaintops right now. Okay, so yeah, we're going to head up that way and then go in, I think, just because it looks like the storm's going that way, and it looks like as we get closer, it's just getting stronger and stronger. If we can get out here and then over the water top, then, like he was saying, I think we'll be all right. Like, we can shoot the approach, I just don't want to have to go through a storm to get to the approach, you know?
Yeah.
So, let's go back here. Approach, Bravo. Approach. Select arrival, select approach. I want Bravo. Get Charlie on 910. We'll activate. There's WEWAC. We're going right over there. And I think what we're dealing with right now is kind of this area right in here.
Mike Alpha Hotel, 10,000.
All right, 3,100 feet by that point. So let's start heading on down to 3,100 feet. Our bypass in. Start slowing down. Okay.
November, Madang Mike Charlie Golf is on descent. WEWAC carrying out the RNAV Alpha, and we'll call at 15. Correction, 10.
Is igniters on?
Then if you want to help me out and call me out, well, we can go. We're doing 3,100 to Echo India. I think once we get out over top of the water and start dropping down, then we'll get cleared out a little bit, so. Nice to have the radar with us today.
It's nice to have the radar.
It's going to slow us down as we start hitting through these clouds. It's going to plan on coming up here and then cutting through right there, just on the other side of Echo Charlie.
And November Tango Golf, we're turning Whiskey India, now 10 miles final for
November Tango Zulu.
So you should get there well ahead of us.
Yeah.
Decent visibility towards the ground.
We're going to get into some rain right up here. We're going to go between those two cells right there and then head over to Echo India.
Okay. You've still got autopilot on, you're just holding to brace it, give it a little bit more stability.
Yeah, because once we start going in, it'll probably just rock us around pretty good. Kind of looking at here and looking out there what I want. I just want to go not through that and not through that.
Secretary telephone, colon primary 124 this morning, no contact.
I haven't quite, let's see.
HF 5565,
Activate the approach.
November Tango Zulu, we're on a 5 mile final. We can still see the coast and the town. We just can't see the runway yet. We're at 1600 feet.
November Tango Zulu, just now Echo Charlie, and it looks like my field time is 03. Say again yours?
We're 4 miles from the runway.
November Tango Zulu. Alright. Alright, we're 3,100 feet from here all the way down, so we can still actually keep going down a little bit faster. We're on altitude select, we're on nav. Alright, this looks pretty good right here. If we see the coastline, which I think...
Is it right down here?
It might be...
Mike Charlie...
Is that the coastline?
Oh,
it is the coastline.
Cancel Star Watch.
Looks like we can come in from visual from here. Alright, we'll just break off the approach now because we can see the coastline pretty nice. Forgot to do that something. Seeing the coastline go out, I see this is where turning this off actually is a little bit more helpful sometimes. It looks like I'm seeing the coastline come out where the peninsula is. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on because that's the peninsula that goes out and then the next peninsula. So yeah, we're seeing basically the whole circuit from here. So we're just going to go ahead and break off.
Maynard, you want to take it from here?
I'll continue from here. And then, actually no, you can continue from here. We'll enter into a left downwind. Let's see.
10.
Yeah, 1 second though. Let me just, Mike Charlie Golf, November Tango Zulu, 8.5 miles to the east, and visual with the airport will be tracking for a left downwind runway 10.
Mike Charlie Golf, copy.
And thanks for your help. Alright, you have flight controls.
Flight controls.
Alright, you have flight controls.
Can you continue coming down to 1,000?
That's right. That was a lot of work.
It was. Alright, just to brief the abort again, we're going to be visual. If we need to go around, we can go around at the threshold. We're going to increase power, pitch for 73, flaps 20, and then set max torque or temp, climbing straight ahead over the ocean. Orsby 126.7 November Tango Zulu. In this circuit, WEWAC, cancel SAR.
November Tango Zulu, Orsby, confirm you're cancelling SAR WEWAC.
Affirmative, cancel SAR for November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, WEWAC, SAR watch terminated.
November Tango Zulu. All stations WEWAC, Kodiak November Tango Zulu, entering the left downwind runway 10. Okay, below 120 we'll put flaps 20. We'll start bringing the power back. 450, right?
Yeah, that's a good starting point, and then just go from there if you need to slow down more.
Okay, we're going to land at 73, 83, and slowing to 93 at this point. And about a 1.6, sound good for turning base?
It should bring you right about to the pier right here.
Go to 73. Okay, we're a little bit high.
500.
And then just get in the habit of going low idle right away after you've kind of established, yep, this is my taxi speed. Go low idle.
Are we going now?
Here, I'll probably take the flight controls. Have you been here before?
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do it for this one, and then the next time you'll know exactly what we're doing and how to get in here. So sometimes they'll have another plane, or not usually another plane, but maybe a helicopter or something over here in the corner. So sometimes we'll park over here, but that's not very often.
That ended up being a lot more work than we were anticipating. We knew there was potential a little bit of rain here, but we just didn't think that it was quite as built up as it was. And the storm didn't quite move as fast as we thought. It actually ended up building up faster than we were anticipating. So anyways, hey, this is PNG. This is what you have to deal with. Hopefully, or thankfully, not more often than not, but sometimes. Anyways, we're heading back to Goroka here. We're gonna check the weather first, get our best plan of action, and then head out of here. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.